Kev, I start with you because you were a little bit more critical of the Ducks throughout this season in terms of their big picture outlook to be a true college football playoff national championship contender. What have you seen out of Oregon in the last 7 days?
Well, you're right, I was, and I was proven correct, and I said, though, going into the game, it didn't mean they were incapable of beating Ohio State.
Yeah.
It's just, again, Oregon had preseason pricing as if they were Ohio State, Georgia good, and I don't think they are. And I don't think this result, by the way, changes that. Like, I understand how we do rankings, and Oregon belongs in front of Ohio State now. Beating a team by 1 in your building in that fashion, like, if you told me, hey, line these two teams up tomorrow on a neutral field and you favor Oregon, I think that would be a mistake.
Yeah.
I do. So, for the Ducks, it's a monster win. It's easily the biggest win Dan Lanning's ever had in his career, right? I mean, I don't even know what the close second would be. Probably beating like Colorado by a ton of points. I mean, honestly. So it's great for Oregon. The way the Big Ten schedule's lined up now, Lisi, this team should go unbeaten. I know that's, it's easier said than done. They're 7-0. There's only 5 remaining. That Michigan game, which I know a lot of us had circled, again, the Wolverines are on their third quarterback here. The Ducks are huge favorite to make that Big Ten title game. I don't see any way they don't.
No, I don't either. And they're minus 2,000 to make the college football playoff. They're leading everybody right now after last night's matchup. They're running the football more consistently with Jordan James. They're protecting Dylan Gabriel. Remember, when they struggled against Idaho and Boise State, that offensive line was atrocious. What was it, 7 sacks in the first 3 games? They only have 9 allowed now. So they've shifted around players. They found some continuity, and they have success. And Dylan Gabriel, that's the added dimension, right? He's a battle-tested quarterback that has big game experience. He proved that again last Saturday night. He did it with his arm and his legs. And I think this team is trying. I thought this was the best team on paper at the start of the year. I did believe in them. We'll see how it plays out. Again, I still think it's a tough schedule because you never know. In college football, 28-point dogs knock off favorites all the time. You never know. But right now, best team right now.
Like Texas in the SEC, Oregon entering the year in its first in the Big Ten had the second best price to win that conference crown. Now a co-favorite alongside Ohio State, who is a minus money favorite to win the Big Ten championship entering last week in Eugene. Ohio State had allowed 34 total points in its first 5 games. The competition level probably not all that drastic. They allowed 32 last week to Oregon. And again, the Ducks cruise into West Lafayette. So there's the good. There's an Oregon team now at minus 2,000 to reach the college football playoff. And Kev, there's also the beauty of this new era in college football. The atmosphere not diminished by any means for another game of the year last week inside Autzen Stadium. And we look at Ohio State's odds. Still a co-favorite to win the Big Ten. Still minus 700 to reach the college football playoff. A better national championship price still than that of Oregon, the second best, only behind Texas at plus 450.